housing is a topic on everyone's mind, including ours here at Halton Region. Across Canada, Ontario, and right here in Halton, rents are rising, incomes and supports aren't keeping up, and more people are experiencing homelessness than ever before. As a service manager for assisted housing and for homeless supports in our community, there is no better time to be sharing our 2025-2035 comprehensive housing strategy, a 10-year plan driven by data, informed by lived experience, designed to ensure Halton remains a safe place where everyone, including our most vulnerable, can live, grow, and thrive. Over the next 10 years, we're taking a multi-solution approach that builds on our strengths and will continue to engage with our community to provide innovative new housing opportunities. Priority 1, strengthening our homelessness response system. Homelessness is rising in Halton, not by chance, but because there aren't enough affordable housing options. When affordable options disappear, the most vulnerable in our community, seniors on fixed incomes, people facing physical or mental health challenges, and those living paycheck to paycheck, can find themselves turning to the shelter system. Right now, Halton homeless shelters are operating at 140% capacity, up from 90% only a decade ago. And though shelters play a critical role in our housing community, they aren't designed to be the long-term solution for housing or homelessness. That's why, over the next 10 years, we're placing stronger emphasis on homelessness prevention. We're investing in programs that help people stay housed and avoid crisis in the first place. Last year, more than 2,200 households stayed in their homes, thanks to one-time financial help from our Housing Stability Fund. Another 324 households avoided shelter altogether through supports like the Canada-Ontario Housing Benefit. Considering a single overflow shelter bed can cost more than $3,500 per month in Halton, these strategies are not just better for residents, they're cost-effective and necessary for our community. We are also paying special attention to our growing population of seniors who are more vulnerable to turning to housing services. We're making sure seniors can age safely at home through targeted rent subsidies, priority access to housing, and expanding our community wellness hubs, which bring vital health and wellness services directly to their buildings. For people already experiencing homelessness, our street outreach team will continue to connect directly with individuals in encampments, offering housing options and support for the complex health and social barriers they may be facing. Mobile health clinics and other on-site programming at shelters will continue to help people transition from survival mode into more permanent housing. All of these efforts combined build a more compassionate, coordinated, people-centered system that also eases pressure on emergency shelter services. Because when we keep people housed, we keep our entire community stronger and safer. Priority 2 and 3, protecting, retaining, and creating new assisted and supportive housing. While strengthening our homelessness response is important, it can't replace the need for more affordable housing in our community. Since 2021, the waitlist for community housing in Halton has grown by a staggering 72%, with over 8,000 households, including those in neighboring regions, waiting for a place to live, most of whom earn less than $30,000 a year. That's why supportive housing is central to our 2025-2035 housing plan. Supportive community housing offers more than just a roof. It combines affordable homes with on-site personalized supports for people facing complex physical, mental, or social challenges. It's an approach that reduces shelter use, hospital visits, and emergency calls, offering a longer-term solution. Over the next 10 years, Halton needs at least 165 new supportive units. The good news is, work is already underway, with several exciting housing opportunities opening soon for residents to begin moving in. We're making progress, but how do we keep that momentum going over the next 10 years? One of the smartest, most cost-effective ways is protecting and retaining the community housing we already have. Keeping our existing community housing units in good shape and under public nonprofit management is critical, faster, and more cost-effective than building units from scratch. That's why we're stepping in with new community housing partnership agreements with flexible, modern funding to support both operations and ongoing repairs in our existing units. At the same time, we're also focused on growing our community housing supply. We are creating and building more assisted and supportive housing to meet the growing need in our community. We're using a smart, flexible approach to do this, which includes adding homes on land we already own, buying existing properties to protect and create new affordable housing, and teaming up with partners like nonprofits and local landlords to expand options. To meet growing demand, we'll continue using a mix of traditional and innovative building methods to manage rising costs and supply challenges. Priority 4, advocating for increased funding for housing in Halton Region. Truth is, as a regional municipality, we can't address housing alone. In 2024, a substantial 92% of funding for community housing was sourced from our municipal tax base. Using regional funding alone, 450 new housing opportunities are possible over the next 10 years. But with support from the provincial and federal government, we can triple that to create 1,350 new assisted and supportive housing opportunities in Halton. Investments from all levels of government will make a huge difference in our community over the next 10 years. In addition to funding for housing supports, we're advocating for increased funding for social assistance and stronger government coordination to support some of the most vulnerable residents in our community. To learn more and see how we're taking action on housing, visit halton.ca/housing.